to end poverty in all its forms, everywhere. The first of 17 goals of the United Nations Development Agenda set in 2015. The scientific project nopoor aims to contribute, with over 100 research programs and new evidence from Latin America, Africa and Asia. Here are some of the main results. Can globalization, and that includes migration, contribute to a better life for poor people? Yes, for example by means of remittances. That is, money that migrants send home to their families who stay behind. And research on international trade indicates free trade zones can improve or worsen the situation. That strongly depends on the country context. Nopoor simulations show that the same is true for trade liberalization policies. Points for decision makers to consider. What about foreign aid? Yes, it helps, especially when it supports healthcare and education. Researchers also explored successful projects for self-empowerment of poor people, as a backbone for long-lasting change. And a new formula for aid allocation has arisen, to help donors make better decisions on where to invest their funds. Education and social protection come into focus. Here, comparing policies across countries brings new insights. Improving education for poor people requires more than just increased resources. It also calls for good management and accountability practices to solve problems rather than perpetuate them. But progress is also related to the aspirations of children that are shaped by their parents' social background. Looking at work and the labour market, results show how the informal sector can turn into a major opportunity for poor people to improve their lives, given that they can also benefit from social insurance. Poverty in cities is another challenge. New forms of urban poverty are arising, and how to turn this trend around will be a main challenge in the years to come. Research also points out strategies for cities to become more inclusive and safer for the poor. And finally, states and political systems play a major role in the fight against poverty. Very often, policy spaces do not reflect poor people's interests and needs. Citizens need more information on inequality in incomes, for example, and on their national budgets and how much of it is really used for local needs. That would increase accountability on the local level and political participation of all citizens in the long run. Research also shows that clientelism, ethnic voting and violence in the run-up to elections remain challenges for young democracies. That also calls for close monitoring of the run-up to elections in the future. Find out about these and many more results in the nopoor flash reports, policy briefs, papers and films at nopoor.eu. Get connected. info@nopoor.eu. Break the chain of poverty.